Hello everyone, thank you very much for clicking and for watching the video. So I just wanted to make a very quick video, just because the last video I made was the 2025 update, and I mentioned in that video that I was going to take a good couple of weeks off just to recharge the batteries. Fully recharged, feeling up for it now. I feel like I can go out there and start making some YouTube videos again. Really looking forward to it. But obviously I mentioned in that video that I've already made the first episode of the free game collection, and I just didn't really just want to just put that out. I can't go back and edit it, obviously. The way I do things, the games have gone, so the video is what it is. But I thought before sticking just that out, so many people commented on that video. A lot more people watched it than I thought, and there were some lovely comments. I thought it'd be rude if I didn't actually acknowledge some of the bits that I mentioned in there before we just get going again. So very quickly, I just want to make a very quick video just to let you know what I've decided while I was off and how the channel's going to go moving forward. So very quickly, I'm going to try and make some slightly shorter videos. The reason for that is just less time that I have to spend editing it, and when I say shorter, I don't need much. Most of my videos are about 18-20 minutes. I'm going to try and get on to about 15-20 minutes. Sorry, 15-18 minutes, just a couple minutes shorter, just because any bit of time saved editing the videos is a lot of time saved. Editing videos takes a long time, anyone that ever does it. So if I can cut them down a little bit for my benefit, plus I like shorter videos, to be honest with you. I'm not going to, so to make them short, I'm not going to go through the voucher. You know, I always go through the receipt. Got to go through the bits where I say how I'm going to make it free, because obviously that's the whole point of the free game collection. You can't just wash over that. That's the whole bit that makes this channel different from others. But obviously I think going through the voucher is something I don't need to do anymore, so that'll shave quite a bit of time off. I need to shorten down my intros as well. I think I'm just going to get into it. You come to this channel and you're watching the videos to see what it is that I've picked up and found out and about, all the weird gems and the strange games that I've found and just what deals I got. That's what you're here for, so we're just going to crack on with it. I'm going to try and get a little bit more car boot footage. I've mentioned a few times that, especially towards the end of last year, my GoPro was just busted. It kept failing on me, so I'm going to go out and probably have to buy a new one, but hopefully we'll get a bit more car boot footage, so that'd be good. I'm going to do a slightly less game footage, so you know when you watch my videos and I sort of slice in the gameplay footage, I'm going to do a little less of that. I'm going to try focus and just do the gameplay footage for games that you probably don't see all the time. I'm sure everyone knows what Mass Effect and Zelda and Mario's look like, but you know, when you come across those weird and wonderful ones that you're probably not quite sure what the game is, then I'll slice it in just to add a bit of value, because I don't know if, sorry, it takes a long time. You might not think it, but to find that footage and put it in a video takes a lot more time than what I ever thought it would when I started doing this. I'm just going to shrink that down ever so slightly. And the very last thing is, I said this last year and I still managed to do it, but this year I'm not 100% sure if I can do one video every week. Firstly, I think that's what led to a little bit of burnout, which is why I just had to take the break. But also looking at my life going forward next year, I've mentioned before, I don't go out and do game searches. I don't get up in the middle of the day and go out for a couple of hours. I just build it in throughout my day, throughout my life, because I'm adulting, I've got other responsibilities that take priority. But I'm looking at it and I'm going to be in front of less charity shops and cash converters and things in 2025, so I'll probably have less chance of picking some stuff up. Plus, there's one or two things I'd like to try and do slightly differently on this channel that I've always wanted to do, and no one's currently doing them on YouTube. So I won't tell you what they are, just in case I don't get around to doing them, but there's a couple of things I want to try find the time to do that I really wanted to do. So I'm going to try that. So quick update on the channel since then. That's going to be some ever so slight differences. You probably won't even notice them, to be honest with you. But that's what I've sat down and thought about while I've had some time off, thinking how to make this a little bit easier. Going past that, I'm also going to make some videos on spending the voucher as well. I've mentioned, well, sorry, I haven't mentioned, but in the last couple of years, I've done the big splurge at the end. I still might do a splurge, but it'd be nice to spend the voucher throughout the year, so you can see, and it gives me more time to explain the games that I've picked up, because I think there's been a bit of confusion previously where people think that I'm going and buying it all at the end of the year. Of course, I'm not doing that. That would be absolutely insane. I buy it throughout the year. I just show you at the end. Whereas this year, I think I might just show you special episodes designated to doing that. I think it's slightly different content, and a couple of people have asked for it. So let's have a go at that. I'm going to keep it at 6 o'clock on a Wednesday, and lastly, I'm going to focus on the free game collection side of things as well. I might try to do the other things like I mentioned, but really focus in on the free game aspect of it, because there's not many people doing it anymore. There used to be quite a few, and I look around now and I don't see anyone else doing. Plenty of people collecting games, obviously, absolutely abundance of those, but as far as getting it free, seems to be not many people having a go at it anymore. So seems to be one of the last people doing it. So, you know, I've accidentally made a niche there. So we'll carry on through that. So that's a slight update. Sorry, that's absolutely everything. Something very quickly, I mentioned the analytics, loads of comments on that, lovely comments. Loads of people gave some feedback on that, especially the subscribers bit. People found that absolutely, if anyone's, I've got more for you, I hadn't stopped. So since that video, I've had 50 55 subscribers off that video. Fantastic. 40 unsubscribed. So I'm at 15, so it carries on. But you know what? I probably should have declared, I don't really care about subscribers, to be honest with you. I know the people that sit back and watch these videos are fantastic. I don't have any trolls. I know I've just invited them now, but I've been doing this for 2 years and haven't been trolled once. So do you know what? Absolutely love everyone that watches these videos. And obviously subscribers are great, views are great, likes are great, comments are great, but I do love doing this, and I appreciate everyone that comes and watches the videos every Wednesday at 6. Absolutely fantastic. So God bless all of you. Really do appreciate every single one of you. Thank you very much. So the analytics, I'll take a little look, but I'm not gonna dwell on them. I'll just pop and have a look at them every month and see if it can help in any way. But you know what? I do this for fun, and felt like I was introducing a little bit of work to them the other day when I started sitting down looking at them. I thought I don't need to be doing this, so we're scrapping that. But the most important bit, really quickly, is I mentioned about previously. I started collecting in 2017 really quickly, and then I wanted to just get back all the games that I had when I was growing up. Every single game I've had, because back in the day you used to sell them to get more games because I didn't have any money, so you buy a game, trade it in, get more. Throughout the years I lost them all. The whole plan was to get them all back. Last year, did that. I achieved my game collecting goals, and even now to this day, months later, it still feels fantastic. I still can't believe I've done it sometimes. But like I mentioned, what that's led is a bit of a void in what it is I'm going to go out and collect. So I've done a lot of thinking about this. Firstly, the free game collection takes care of itself. As I go out, especially when the car boots start up again, I find the retro games, they just fall into my lap. Lots of the games around me, you see, yes, some of them have been bought with the voucher the way we do, but a lot of these games I've just found randomly out and about. So it kind of takes care of itself. Plus, personally, I am not prepared to pay the price for some of the retro games now. I ain't doing it. I'm not going to sit here and tell other people or encourage people to go out and spend this sort of money. If you want to, it's entirely up to you. You do exactly what you want. Don't let people tell you. But for me personally, I've got all the retro games that I had nostalgia for, and nostalgia is the power behind all this. They're the bits that made me pay the amount of money I did for some of these games to get them back. Every other game that I look at now, I don't have that nostalgia attached to. It's just, do I want to pay a lot of money for a retro game that I might like? So the free game collection will take care of itself in that way. That's probably not what a lot of people want to hear, because I know a lot of people are into the retro, but personally, I'm not prepared to pay hundreds and hundreds of pounds for a retro game just because the supply and demand situation and the fact the game is becoming more and more popular, which is fantastic, but I'm not prepared to do it, and I don't want to encourage other people to do it either. So the free game collection will take care of the retro for me. And you know what? Next bit, I'm going to buy whatever I want to buy. I am not going to sit here now and just say, right, from now on we're going to start collecting 360, we're going to start collecting PS3, I'm just going to randomly start collecting Commodore 64. None of that. I'm not doing that anymore, because I realised that that's where I think the problem was. I was trying to focus in on one thing to go for. I'm going to go back old school. I'm going to buy the games that I want to play, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm just going to gather that voucher, build it up, and then the second I want to go out and buy something, it's going to be there, whether it's a brand new release or a retro game that I suddenly find and think, yes, I do want to pay that sort of money. It's probably not going to be one of the higher ones, granted, like I've just said. I don't think I'll ever do that, but I've got the money there to do it if I want to do it, and that's my collecting mentality going forward now. I want to collect. I'm going to go back to, I've started to lean towards the collecting side of things, is what I've realised over the last couple of years. I went from being a gamer that got games to play and ended up with a massive collection. In the last couple of years, I've gone from collecting games and not playing them. I am surrounded by ridiculously expensive games, definitely hundreds, probably a good 1,000+ games now. Some of these, like I've said, in my backlog, I haven't played. So they're just plastic and paper on shelves, and that's all they will ever be unless I ever sell them for cash, which I'm not going to do, or I sit down and play them and turn that plastic and paper into memories, which is the whole nostalgia thing why I started doing this in the first place. There's so much of it sitting around me, and it seems silly to spend years and years collecting it and then not playing them all. So I want to play, and like I say, since I've stopped focusing on collecting, I haven't really purchased anything from CEX in months. I have played so many games and it feels fantastic. So I feel like I'm going back. I feel like I'm going backwards and becoming a gamer once again. And I'm not gonna lie, it feels good. It feels nice. It's a nice feeling. I've played some games recently which I've thoroughly enjoyed, and I know I've made good. I'm playing a game called Stellaris at the minute, for example. It's a game we picked up last year. Didn't expect to enjoy it so much. I can't put it down. I'm playing it till like 2+ in the morning. Absolutely love it. But if I was so focused on collecting, I probably wouldn't have sat down and played that. I'd have been spending my time on CX looking for the things and chasing the next game. So that's the collecting side of it, and that's what we're going to do. And also, it links back to what I just said. If I pick them up when I want to play them, as I want to play them, and I show you them as I pick them up, I can sort of describe them a bit more and explain why I want to play them. And the very last thing before I go, because I have to mention it, because so many of you people ask, Switch. Loads and loads and loads of you asked me to start collecting a Switch, and I've never really gave a good answer as to why I don't. Probably because I don't. I was just focused on doing what I wanted to do previously, like I say, get all my games back, and some of them are expensive. So now about that point, but I'm still going to hold off on the Switch. I know people want to see me watch the Switch. I know Switch videos do well as well from a YouTube point of view. But the reality is I've got quite a young son that is now moving to the age where he may start to become interested. We've got the Switch 2 tray that's just dropped, and it's backwards compatible. So the way I'm currently seeing the Switch is one of the highest sold consoles of all time. There is soon to be an abundance of Switch consoles out there at car boots and everywhere you look, and there is going to be an abundance of games, and they're backwards compatible with the Switch 2. So they'll just keep churning out and being played, and more people will buy, and the market is going to come flooded with them. And then that is where people like me strike. They do a free game collection, and I can get my Switch collection the way I like to do it, but probably with my son as well, which again would be nice memories to make, because for me, gaming and happiness and nostalgia and fun times and memories, they're all linked into one, because it's what I enjoy doing. So if I can merge everything into one, that's where my happiness will be. So yes, I know you want me to collect the Switch, but for selfish reasons, I'm holding off, because I think I will personally get more out of collecting for Switch maybe a couple years down the line, maybe just in the next year or so, you know, see how it goes. But that's why I'm not collecting for the Switch. There's a proper answer for you, because I've always fobbed that question off, but so many of you asked. That's the mental delay for doing it. And that's it. So thank you very, very much. I don't want to keep wobbling on, because this is supposed to be just a quick one. I will put the first episode of the free game collection. I'll put that out Wednesday at 6. Again, please put anything in the comments. Thoroughly enjoyed the comments. Got some fantastic comments in the last video. Really enjoy speaking to you all. And thank you again for watching. Thank you very, very, very much. Take care of yourselves.